So in the previous topic, that is the first chapter in biology, that is the cell, you learned that all the living organisms are made up of cells. Cells are the building blocks or building units of all the living organisms. For example, you learned about unicellular organisms like amoeba. So in amoeba, all the functions, that is physiological functions that is required for the survival of the organisms will be performed by single cell, that is in case of amoeba, paramecium, euglena, etc. But what about in case of multicellular animals like we human beings? So in human beings there are millions of cells. So here in multicellular animals where there are millions of cells, so a group of cells or cells with similar structure will group together and they start performing specific function, that is particular function. For example, if we take human beings, so kidneys, there are cells which helps in the filtration of blood. So there the cells which are similar in structure are grouped themselves to perform a particular function. So in plants, if we take example of xylem and phloem, where they are involved in conducting of water as well as food, that is for the transportation of water and minerals as well as food. So xylem is a part, okay, group of cell, and phloem is also a group of cells. So in multicellular animals, that is in case of human beings and other multicellular animals, there is division of labor. What is this division of labor? So division of labor is nothing but a cluster of cells will perform specific function at specific location in a body. Okay, this is what division of labor is. So this cluster of cells which are similar in structure and performing same function is nothing but a tissue. Examples, we have muscular tissue in human beings, then we have xylem, phloem, parenchyma. All these are their examples, that is xylem, phloem, parenchyma are all examples in case of tissues. In case of plants, we have muscular tissue, nervous tissue, then connective tissue. All these are examples in case of animals. So in today's chapter, let us learn more about tissues. So what is a tissue? Tissue is nothing but cluster of cells or group of cells which are similar in structure and performing specific function. So this is nothing but a tissue. So tissue, nothing but group of cells similar in structure and performing same function. And I think you know the order in case of living organisms, where cells will make up tissues, tissues will make up organ will make up organ system, and all the organ systems together will form the organism. So this will be the definition of tissue. So in this chapter we will be learning about plant tissues as well as animal tissue. Okay children, now do you think the tissues present in plants will be similar to that of animals? See, there are so many differences between plants and animals. Like plants can photosynthesize, whereas we animals depend on other organisms. Plants cannot move from one place to another, whereas we animals we have to move from one place to another in search of many things. So there are differences between the tissues present in plants as well as animals based on the structure and the function the animals or the plants will perform. So now let us know the differences between the plant tissues and the animal tissues.
So tissues, multicellular organisms are made up of millions of cells. Cells show division of labor and each cell performs a particular function efficiently. So such cells are grouped together and is called a tissue. So what is tissue? It is nothing but a group of cells that are similar in structure and origin, that is come from the same parent cell and perform similar function. So the study of tissues, there is a branch in biology that deals with the study of tissues, and that branch we call it as histology. So when you come to the organization of the body, so it is the cells, tissues, organs and organ systems, and all the organ systems together make up the organism. So what is the utility of these tissues in multicellular organisms? As I have already discussed, so they perform different functions which we will be learning in the next part. So if you look at this slide, so tissues, organs and organ systems, cells are making up tissues. Tissues, for example, here you have muscular tissue, epithelial tissue, glandular tissue, which will make up the organ called, that is So that means these tissues are present in the organ that is the stomach. So stomach is part of the organ system that is the digestive system. So digestive system, like this we have circulatory, then we have excretory, etc. So all these will make up the organism. Okay, so now I've already told you that there are differences between plant tissues and animal tissues. So now let us know the differences between the plant tissues as well as animal tissues. Okay, now coming to the first difference, so cells of plant tissue will have cell wall. We all know that plant cells are made up of cell wall. So the cells present in the plant tissue have cell wall, whereas cells of animal tissue do not have cell wall. Next, some tissues are living and some are dead. So if you take plant tissues, in plant tissues some cells are dead and some cells are living, whereas in case of animal tissues all the tissues will have living cells. Next, coming to the plant tissues, so growth is restricted to the tips of the stem and roots. That is, you see the growth only at the tip of the branches, tip of the root, tip of the stem, etc. Whereas in animal tissues the growth is uniform all over the body. So next difference is there are mainly two types of permanent tissues and meristematic tissue, whereas in case of animal tissues there are four types of muscle tissue, epithelial tissue, nervous tissue and connective tissues. Next, in plant tissues, these tissues require less energy and maintenance as plants do not require movement. So we know that plants cannot move from one place to another. So the tissues are organized in such a way that their maintenance will be minimum, as well as they require very less energy for their maintenance. This is not in case of animal tissues, where due to extensive body mobility, that is they move from one place to another, the energy requirement is also high. So these tissues require more energy as well as maintenance. So coming to the plant tissues, they provide strength and support to the plant. So you know that plants cannot move from one place to another. They will be fixed in the soil. So in order to protect themselves, that is, they need support as well as strength. Like for example, withstand the pressure of air, water, etc. So they provide. So the tissues present in the plant body, they will provide strength and support to the plant, whereas in case of animal tissues they control all the functions. So these are some of the differences between plant tissues and animal tissues. So now let us start with the plant tissue. That is, first let us know the flow chart, that is the classification of plant tissue. This is very, very important, children. This flow chart is very important. You have to learn this. So plant tissue can be classified into two types, that is the meristematic tissue as well as the permanent tissue. So what is this meristematic tissue? So this meristematic tissue consists of cells which can divide throughout life. That is, they have the ability to divide throughout the life of the plant body. Whereas permanent tissue will have cells where at some point the cells will mature and will lose the ability to divide. So such cells comprising the tissue comprising of such cells is called as permanent tissue. Under meristematic tissue, again it is classified into three types based on the location. So based on the location, meristematic tissue is classified into three types, that is apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem. So under permanent tissue, again it is classified into two types, that is simple permanent tissue as well as complex permanent tissue. So what is the difference between the simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue? Simple permanent tissue will have cells of only one kind, that is only one kind of cells are present in simple permanent tissue. For example, parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. So parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma, all these tissues are simple permanent tissues where they are made up of only one kind of cells. whereas complex permanent tissue will be made up of more than one kind of cells, and under complex permanent tissue there are two types, that is the xylem and the phloem. So children, till here you just learn. So I will be continuing in detail. We will be studying about the meristematic tissue, permanent tissue, etc. with examples as well as location in the plant body. So that I will be teaching during online class. Thank you.